Do you all remember those pictures snapped of Meghan carrying baby Archie on a walk in a park on Vancouver Island, Canada, where she and Harry lived initially after stepping back as working royals? Well, the agency Splash that took those photos went bankrupt, and the court case that Harry and Meghan won was part of the reason that they admitted that they went bankrupt. Then there was the case with Hollywood agency X17 over drone snapped images which were taken of Archie and Meghan's mother Doria. A German supermarket tabloid ran a photo of Doria pushing Archie, who was about 14 months old at the time, in a toy car. No other major publication printed those photos, probably knowing full well that they would get sued, but that one particular publication decided to be stupid and take a chance, and it backfired. And as part of a settlement with Harry and Meghan, X17 pledged to never again deal in any photos of the couple and their son taken by drone, zoom, or telephoto lens in any private residence or the surrounding private grounds. And it has been clear for some time that the Sussexes will ferociously protect their children and their privacy, which they have the right to do. And it would appear that the tabloids might finally be getting the message. In a recent article with the Daily Beast, Giles Harrison, a veteran paparazzo and CEO of agency London Entertainment, said the Sussexes' habit of suing has had a chilling effect on his industry and anyone wanting to cover and photograph the family, saying a lot of people have decided that it is kind of not worth the hassle. It is not worth the fallout that comes from it. If you get the pictures of them, they are gonna try and sue you no matter what happens, no matter where you are, no matter if you are in the most legal public place on the planet. And they can afford to sue you a lot more than you can afford to defend yourself. Well, it would appear that the press are finally learning that the Sussexes are not going to play around, and you do not mess with us. We've heard Harry himself say that he does not want to carry on a cycle of abuse that comes of being a royal, and part of that abuse is the way that royal children are used and abused by the royal institution and commodified by the press. From the day they are born, the royal children are subjected to living a Truman Show style existence. For those of you who've never watched the movie, I would highly recommend it. It was Jim Carrey at his best. But you have this poor individual who has absolutely no idea that his existence is followed from the day he is born. He is public property, and that is something that he did not consent to, and that none of the royal children consent to. They're born into this life without a choice, but expected to suck up everything that comes with it. There is no amount of privilege that can shield you from this crazy type of existence. And we can see that by just how dysfunctional the members of the royal family are, and the only one who seems to have a great sense of empathy and humanity is the one that broke away, and that's Harry. We all saw how Harry and William were made to walk behind their mother's coffin so that people wouldn't boo Charles, and the royal babies are used to butter up the public and be a shield from any criticism of the royals, because nobody wants to say anything bad about a kid and look like an a-hole, right? And so they're often used in PR stunts to make the royal brand easier to swallow, and we see this more and more with the Cambridge children as they begin to grow. The thing with Harry and Meghan is that they don't need to use their children for PR. They have more than enough business smarts that they don't need to offer up their children on a plate like the Cambridge kids sadly are. I genuinely feel sorry for the Cambridge children. They are going to be continuously pitted against their cousins, and with interest in the royal institution beginning to flounder, they will be pushed front and centre their whole lives, and every choice they make will be centred around getting positive PR for the firm. They might have to take up positions or jobs or studies that they don't really have an interest in, but will make the royal institution look good. They'll be dragged to events, they already are, and basically fed to the press wolves. There is just naturally going to be more interest surrounding the Sussex children, and it shouldn't have to be a competition. These are children that shouldn't have to live this Truman Show style existence, but the firm are going to want to position the Cambridge kids as future monarchs, especially George, and they will make it a contest, and that's sad. Both sets of kids should be able to live an as normal life as possible, and while Archie and Lillibet have parents and an environment that will ensure that, sadly the Cambridge kids won't. Every birthday on holiday will be a photo op, every PR disaster they will be dragged out to soften the blow. Every little mistake and night out with friends as they get older will become a headline. And perhaps the Cambridge kids will eventually rebel and break free, because they will come to learn the truth about what happened to their aunt and uncle. And maybe, as it often is with families, it will be the children that extend the olive branch and want nothing to do with their parents' shenanigans or the firm. I wonder how they will feel when they look across the pond and see how free their cousins are and how trapped they are in the royal institution. Only time will tell if they break ranks or fall into line. But one thing's for sure, Harry and Meghan are going to make sure that Archie and Lillibet do not have to bear the traditions and protocols of royal life. It's been, almost 3-4 months since Lillibet was born, and we still haven't seen her, and it's a baby. It doesn't need to go anywhere. It can be in that house for the next 2 years and we might never see her. That's completely up to Harry and Meghan, and in a way I kind of love it, because as much as obviously we as Sussex fans want to see Lillibet and Archie, I think we all respect their parents' choices, and I love it mostly just because I know it is digging at the royal rodents. It is getting on their nerves so much. They are so desperate to see those kids and make a buck, and they won't be able to. And should they try, they'll probably get sued. That's all for today. Tell me what you think about all of that. Have a great day, my lovies. See you later. Ciao.